What's happening here? What's happening here? Good morning. Good morning, beloveds. So it's freezing out there. Either 34 or 36. I'm not sure which. Don't mark the microphone. Since the trainer canceled on us on Sunday, I said, hey, send me a workout. Did we do it on Sunday? No. So I was like, since I knew it was going to be in the 30s today, I was like, we'll do it on Tuesday. So we did the workout today, so we didn't have to get out in the freezing. Although the sun's out, so, and it's going to be, like yesterday, I think the high was 54, and today the high is going to be 63. What? Yes, I loved you. He was laying on a cat spot, and when I came in here, he bolted in here and got up on the lounge so he could make his cameo. Right. But so that's what's going on in my world this morning. All right. We are doing a new design for living. We have moved on into chapter 13. Let's do the housekeeping while I give him all the snuggles so that maybe he'll lay down so that I can do the reading. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. We'll get you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot. And it's a blind CC. There it is. It's a blind CC. Nobody will see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. All right, that's it. And then I mentioned the social media merely from the standpoint of we do not monetize the social media. Hang on. There are words. And apparently they are not coming today. We don't monetize it because we don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. It's like I say this every day and you think I'd remember it, but well, today it's what it is. I also have a very distracting cat, so that's not helping. So with the social medias, what we ask you to do instead is go like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you're on, and then engage with the individual post by reacting to the post, commenting on the post, sharing the post. Bumps us in the algorithms, more people see our stuff, and frankly, it has the goal of social media. So we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, and I am the running Rev Ryan across all of the social medias that I am on. So that is that. Okay. So a new design for living. Yes, I know it's backwards, and I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix that. Just like I don't know why frequently my video is out of sync with my audio. I have no idea why. Don't know how to fix that either. Welcome to Facebook. So a new design for living is the process of science of mind. Jesse has really leaned into lately talking about when we treat for things, the universe just doesn't hand us what we treated for. What the universe does is hands us a process to get us there. That's what this is. This is the process of science of mind. I have said before and will continue to say because I believe it, science of mind isn't a religion. It's a philosophy. It's a way of life. And what makes it different is from a religion is we don't tell you what to believe. We teach you how and why it's important to believe. And again, words popped out of my head. So I think towards the end of his career, Ernest was like, okay, let's pull this together. Because he did a lot of theory, and finally he hit the point of like, no, you know what? Let's talk about practice. How do we actually do this? So that's what we are doing with this book. We are currently in chapter 13, and the chapter 13 is successful living, and today we are planning your success. And the light's almost good enough that I don't need the lamp, but better safe than sorry. So, okay. All right, planning your success. In our desire to start to succeed in a different way than we have in the past, we create a new balance in our pattern of thinking. Okay? And that's important. Balance is important. Okay? Establishing establish a balance that is more favorable towards good. By establishing in our minds ideas declaring that a greater good now exists in all our aspects of living, by consciously believing and accepting this reality, we begin to build up new patterns of thought. We make such statements only when we know they are in conformity with the highest good for ourselves and others. Now he says that because whatever you want for yourself, you gotta absolutely want for everybody. You know, if the universe is all one, nobody's excluded. So all of the good that you want, you gotta be willing to want it for everybody, even people you don't like. So, and I know because there are days. We know that the statements we make concerning our good are spiritual realities. Okay, he's going to go on, but I'm going to talk about this for a minute. Because one of the things that when we teach treatment, one of the things we talk about is pray as if you have it now, right? So one of the ways that helped me get around that is everything that is good that I could ever possibly want already exists in the mind of God. Even if it doesn't exist right now in the material reality, it already exists in the mind of good. So it exists. And all I have to do is acknowledge that it exists and then take the steps that I need to take to get it in the material reality, okay? So that's one of the things that helped me to pray in the present. It already exists. It already exists in the mind of God. Because if it is good, and it is, in alignment with, or he says conformity with, alignment with the nature of good and the nature of God, it already exists in the mind of God. And fortunately, God, the divine, is not bound by time and space. Okay? That helped a whole lot when I started doing treatments. It's like, but, yeah, well, I can quiet my little butt mind by saying it already exists in the mind of God. Okay. Our pattern of thought is complete and now existent as a spiritual entity. Its appearance as an actuality in experience automatically follows. Okay? We build up idea by idea, thought by thought, concept by concept, the good that we desire. Now, I do not journal, but that process, journaling is a good way to do that. Because by writing it down, it does something to the brain. Especially if you want to remember something, you write it in blue ink. Apparently that the physical act of writing and the blue ink actually wire it into your brain. Okay? So the journaling, why he's saying build up idea by idea, write them down. Now, I do the dry erase marker on the mirror, although my mirror desperately needs to be cleaned right now. So, that's one of the things that I will do. Journaling, we can talk about that later. As we do this, the negative content of our conscious mind and subconscious mind will be replaced. Okay, because you don't break a habit, you replace a habit. So every time you find yourself thinking in the negative, you immediately go and start working on the positive. It's like, okay, my thought is trending this way, let's go here. Okay, you replace the habit. And it takes about 21 days, so don't give up. Give yourself the 3 weeks, okay? Then we will have a new pattern, a new design for living, through which the creativeness of life will flow anew into our experience. The mold of our experience is a pattern of thought. The design for the life we live resides in the mental plans that we have drawn. Okay? So, if you sit around and think, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about the good? Are you thinking about all the things that are going wrong? Okay? Are you thinking about all of the ways that they could go right? This is what he's talking about. The pattern is changed little by little, item by item, until the old is replaced with the new. it's like clearing a pond, you know. Every single drop of clear water gradually clears out the muck. So we just got to keep dripping in those clear drops. We usually find many of the old unwanted aspects are stubborn and hard to remove, but we consciously proceed to plant new ones whose growth will soon overcome all unlike them. If you do find yourself stuck with something stubborn, that is where somebody could be of assistance. Be that a friend, a family member, a practitioner, a minister, somebody that loves you and cares about you and is not going to commiserate with you, but is going to hold the high watch, is one of the ways that we call it. You know, hey, I'm really struggling here of holding this idea. Can you help me? It's got to be somebody you trust, though, that will hold the high watch with you. Okay? We have to be consistent in our designing. I work in the health food industry, and that is, it's what I like to call the devil of our industry, consistency. You got to do it every single day. If not every single day, 5 days out of 7, you know, is what I like to say. Because I do take the weekends off. But, like with my magnesium, I don't take the weekends off. Because if I do, I'll get cramps. Consistency is the key. Even as difficult as this may at first appear to be, each positive, constructive thought that replaces a previous negative one builds up a swelling tide of affirmation and conviction that of necessity will someday tilt the balance so that the greater abundance of good will flow into our experience. I like the fact that he's using our, not you. So, so the next article is going to be consistent, but we'll tackle that tomorrow. And that's really it. It is about being willing to replace it, that's why we talk about spiritual practice every single day. You know, whatever your spiritual practice looks like, that's why journaling can be helpful. That's why posting, you know, your good somewhere where you see it a couple of times a day would be very helpful, so that you can, it's one of the reasons why I wear prayer beads, because that is a physical anchor. It is a visible reminder of my good, that I'm working on changing this, that my good is coming. Okay. It's a very physical grounding reminder. It's also, you know, I have people that I check in with. And one of those things is I did, you know, have somebody come to me and say, hey, you know what? I'm really struggling here. And so I suggested, hey, why don't you keep a gratitude journal? It took a week. That's it. A week of writing down 5 to 7 things every day that they were grateful for. And they were like, okay, that was enough. That was enough to get them out of the funk that they were in. You know, there are people who write down 2 or 3 things that they're grateful for every single day. It is something first thing in the morning when you wake up. Think of 2 or 3 things that you're grateful for. Right before you go to bed, think of 2 or 3 things that you're grateful for. It kind of sets the tone for your day, and it sets your mind up for a good night's sleep. You know, whatever you go to bed thinking about, your subconscious is going to latch onto, and it will show up in your dreams. So these are all little ways that you can plan for your success. All right, beloved, that is it today. We will pick up being consistent tomorrow. So now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a take care of yourself day, a take care of business day, a you got this day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a bundle up day, a dress in layers day. It's welcome to our weather. Freezing this morning and in the 60s this afternoon. I don't know where I was about to go day. Hang on. I think I already said drink plenty of water day. Tell somebody you love them day. Make sure you sit down and take a break day. I guess I'm done day. Have a good laugh day. You know, do something fun for yourself day. that brings out the joy in your life day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion, God in action, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. Whew. And as Reverend Jesse likes to... no. Yeah. No, hang on. I think I just got my things confused and I just watched the cat walk out of the door because my partner's probably doing something interesting. Okay. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call it, you are a godling. Explore the truth of your own being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. There we are. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds. I'm going to go do what I got to do. I'm going to remind you, Reverend David should be on around, you know what? Reverend David will be on this afternoon. I'll be back with you between 9 and 9:15. Take care of